Today I blew my trading account. It sucks, but it was out of my control. We saw a tweet from Iran saying they have no plans to hold any more talks with the US. And as I'm in my A plus trade, we got the tweet and then bang, took me out. What happens next is we reclaimed that level, so we went long again. Looked great, but the tweet itself was it was too strong to have us have any sort of continuation, and we've been chopping since. So I ended up losing $1,400 today on this account, which I did have a nice buffer on, but because of the tweet, it totally wiped my account now. And what I plan to do is start a brand new account, and I'll tell you guys my exact plan on how I plan to build it up and get some payouts on this one. All right, so it's unfortunate, it happens, but it's part of the game. The tweets is something we can't control, but how we bounce back is the important part, and this is what I'm going to talk about today. All right, so market open comes. We have a little bit of chop in the morning, and of course we have our pre-market high and pre-market low zones. As always, I don't trade within the pre-market high and pre-market low. So I wait for the first 15-minute candle to close above or below that level to initiate any sort of trade, right? So we see here a really nice bullish close above our pre-market high. The QQQ did exactly the same thing, so we're aligned on both indices. Now, once we got this beautiful close, it was go time, right? Because QQQ was above all-time highs, it was above previous day high, and of course it's gonna bring up the SPY. So what I did was I flipped to the 2-minute chart, and then I mapped out my entry. Now, again, like, I wouldn't change anything about the way I traded today. It's unfortunate what happened with the news, but the setup itself is something that I would take 10 out of 10 times every day of the week. So I'm just gonna go over the setup and what happened, but the entry long was on this flag forming above the 13 EMA and pre-market high. I didn't take it here. I waited for a little bit more of a retest on this 13 EMA. Now, once we came down lower and got around this area, I started averaging into my position. So it was around this point here is when we started getting long, when we started consolidating above the 13 EMA in this cloud. And you can see here, everything was working well. It was a beautiful flag. It's just another setup that we take every single day of the week. Nothing was wrong with this. I even added on this 13 EMA dip, which I normally do. And then bang, we get this big news candle that takes me completely out. Another one followed, so okay, I'm reevaluating what I'm gonna do, and then boom, we get a big reclaim again. So I got back in on the reclaim of the 13 EMA, and I even added on this dip again because it sure looks like we're gonna go strong and we're gonna continue higher, which is what I do every day of the week. But the fact that that news candle took us down, it took me out again, and I ended up taking that big loss. Now, what's the plan moving forward? I got this 25K eval account. The goal is to get it to 26,150. We're currently at 25,280. I had a $140 win today. I have a $280 buffet currently. And what I plan to do is base hits. I plan to risk a couple $100, maybe $300 a trade to make in return $400 to $500, $600 a trade. I plan to take those base hits until we hit that eval pass stage. And then I plan to get a funded account. From that funded account, we'll start taking payouts after we hit a certain amount of buffer. I think it's about $1,200 again. So I want to document this journey the whole time I'm doing it, from this eval stage to the funded stage to taking my payout stage. So took a big loss today, but that's okay. It was out of my control, and now we're going through the bounce back. What are we doing next, and how are we doing it? And this is what I want to document over the next few weeks. All right, so follow along, and I'll be going live every day, going through all these trades, my setups, my analysis, my thesis, everything. So hope to see you guys there, and hope you enjoyed this video. Talk soon. Peace.